You mentioned Matt Gaetz earlier, right? 10 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
And Trump at an event yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago, he said, there's a secret Matt Gaetz and I know. Can you play this clip? I'm curious to know if you know what this secret is about. Go ahead, Rob.
We got to get the senators elected because we can take the Senate pretty easily. And I think with our little secret, we're going to do really well with the House, right? Our little secret is having a big impact. He and I have a secret. We'll tell you what it is when the race is over.
Do you have any idea what he's talking about?
Well, I think he might be talking to the speaker because I saw a clip. Maybe it's Matt. Maybe it's Matt too. But I was thinking that was with Speaker Johnson. I don't unless he's referring. Oh, maybe someone said Matt Gaetz here. Okay. Was this in Madison Square Garden? Was this Sunday night or was this?
Yeah, MSG.
Okay. I don't know, but it was funny. Johnson was having I saw a clip where Johnson was having some fun with the press on talking about the secret too. It could be all the, President Trump is really good late in campaigns doing these teletown halls where he calls into a member of Congress's district and people get on the line, and President Trump's just good in those settings and firing people up to go vote. So they might be referring to that. It might be something else. I have no idea.
Okay. Congress, Senate, Governor, President. Your experience. When you, in sports, if you go and you look at offensive line, they have a certain personality about themselves. Protective, big brother. You kind of see a pattern of who they were growing up, all this other stuff. Right? Corner, safety, little bit different of a personality. Wide receivers, typically the number one position for divas that, they're always like, oh my God, it's not fair. You didn't throw me the ball enough. Always very demanding, temperamental. If you think about the history of wide receivers and all this stuff. And then if you go to running back, different quarterback, leader, wanting to make the team come together. There's different wiring for different things, right? Profile of somebody that's in Congress versus Senate versus governor versus president. Is there a different, like if you were to say Congress, typically their strength is this is their wiring. Senate, they're typically known for this. Governor, they're typically this. And president is this.
I would say like with anything, typically you find driven people, people who set goals, work hard, and accomplish things. The Congress is, I think, literally totally, and this is the founder's intent as well, I think, is a reflection of the country. You sit down in Congress, like sometimes we're in there voting and you're all sitting around and there's no assigned seating in the House, but you're sitting in there and you just kind of look around. They're all kinds of people, all kinds of backgrounds. And sometimes you wonder, what's the old joke about Congress? The old joke is when you first get there, you look around like, wow, I can't believe I'm in Congress. And then once you're there a while, you look around, you say, I can't believe they're in Congress, right? But it's like that's their district, and it's truly a composite of the nation. The Senate is a little more. I mean, great people, I good friends over there, but the Senate's a little more, the Senate. It's like the upper chamber, and I guess I would think, and this I think just most Americans would probably I guess believe this and think this is the governor and the president are like executives, so they're like a leader of a CEO kind of mindset more so than the House where it's committee work and it's not quite the same as a CEO mindset, particularly in the House.
Would you say House is like in a military enlisted? Senate is more officers. Is that a way of looking at it?
Well, in the Senate, the old joke about the Senate too is there are 100 senators think they're the next president, right? So they're all
think highly of themselves.
Well, yeah, and it's not bad. I mean, it's just the way it is. I'm reading a great book right now. It's a Team of Rivals.
Great book, yeah.
And it's amazing.
Just Lincoln, right? How he was able to work with everybody. It's an 800-page book. Oh, yeah.
And Bates and their quest to be important in politics and achieve high office. And it's fascinating. I'm only about 160 pages in, but it's a fascinating book. So, yeah, there may be some of that. But the House is truly, and again, I think this is how the founders wanted it. It's the country. You got all kinds of people from all kinds of backgrounds, college degrees, non-college degrees. You got business people, non-business people. You got it all. Doctors, lawyers. You got everything, and it's it's again a reflection of the nation.
You're going to think I'm crazy when I tell you this, but the last 13 and a half years, I've been working on my first fiction book to write, ever. Fiction book to write. And while I finished this book, a year ago, I got the strangest phone call about one of the characters in the book where the guy wanted to meet with me, and he read the book. And afterwards, is like, wait a minute, am I the villain in the book? This is a story about a character named Asher, who is half Armenian, half Assyrian, whose father was involved in the Iranian Revolution, linked to Savak, working with the Shah, that they escape and he gets recruited to a secret society. When you go to the secret society, it's been around for a couple thousand years. They've developed some of the craziest leaders of all time. And they test you. There's unique tests that they have at this society where they test to see your emotional mental toughness. One of the tests that they have is very rigorous. It's purely mental. Of course, there's a physical one, but one is mental and emotional. If you're Armenian, if you're Syrian, if you're Persian, this is a book you're going to be reading and saying, holy moly, this is the kind of stuff you talk about in here? Yes. If you're somebody that's fascinated by history, this is a book for you. Characters. There's a technology that this society, secret society, builds where you go into a vault. I won't spoil it for you. When you go down, they have a technology where you get to sit down and watch and have a 3-4 hour conversation with Tupac. You can set up a debate between Karl Marx and Ayn Rand. Karl Marx is in the book, who wrote Communist Manifesto. Ayn Rand, who wrote Atlas Shrugged, is in the book. Marilyn Monroe explains the concept of seduction and sex in the book. When you read the book, it's about development of the next leaders in the world and how they do it and how they've been doing it for many years. And it's also about how to prevent the end of civilization and how this organization goes about doing it. So, I've never written a parenting book before, but if I ever wrote a parenting book, this is the closest thing to it because it's all mindset, a lot of crazy stories. Again, 13 and a half years. Trust me, I told myself I will not publish this book until I sell my insurance company and I'm fully disconnected from it, where it's no longer my responsibility 100%. When you read this, if you're a creative person, if you like fiction books, if you enjoyed Atlas Shrugged, or if you enjoy Divergent, if you like books like that, I think you're going to enjoy reading this book. It's the creative side. Business books is very easy. Here's how you do it. Here's how this how it works. This is very creative. If you haven't placed the order yet, now you can order it on Simon & Schuster, Amazon. I'm going to put the link up below somewhere here, maybe even in my profile. Go order the book and read it. I've never written a book where I can't wait to read your reviews to see what you think about this book. So I'm going on this wild journey, and we have some plans with this book here. If you support the things that I work on, I would appreciate you going and reading the book, order the book on Amazon, and then post a review. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.